Did the Bucs volunteer for this, or were they picked?
They were picked. We selected them this year. Obviously when we talk to these teams, we try to get a measure of, the level of cooperation that we think we'll get here, and the Bucs have been very cooperative. So ever since we started talking to them, they've been open to the idea, and just went down, had the press conference there on Wednesday, and everyone with the organization was pretty great.
So does that mean that no one volunteered to do it this year?
Yeah, we didn't have a volunteer this year.
Okay, so then we have those different qualifications now where you guys get to pick out of that group. So I don't know how many teams there are, and then you decide who the 3 or 4 most interesting teams might be, and then have conversations with them as to what kind of access you'd get or how willing they'd be to do it before you make your selection?
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, it's above my pay grade. I'm the director of the show, but those conversations kind of happen at like an ownership level and a upper management level here at NFL Films. But the way I understand it is, we put a feeler out to all the teams. It doesn't have to be one of the teams in that list. And then, based on those conversations, however they may happen, we kind of move forward from that point when we, get an idea whether someone might have some interest or at least be, willing to cooperate, and we go from there.
Don't you have to be involved, though, on some level, Matt, just because, your bosses and the owners, doesn't the bosses say, all right, we got 3 or 4 teams to pick from, Matt, which one do you think would make the best show, has the best storylines?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have conversations, but, it's not like someone's coming to me saying, all right, who do you guys want to do this year? So, we'll talk about it. We'll kind of discuss why we think, a team might be attractive and, why we might want to pursue them, and those conversations, I think influence how that decision is made.
Okay, so then why Bucs? Sell me on why you guys picked the Bucs and why I should watch the show.
I think you look at that roster, there's not a lot of more charismatic quarterbacks than Jameis Winston. I think that stood out to me from the beginning. I'm not sure that we've had, a quarterback on Hard Knocks before that's had that level of success, that level of charisma. I mean, being here at NFL Films, we wire, 4 to 5 players and coaches every single week. I remember his wire from last year of the dozens and dozens and dozens we've done, and it really stood out to me. And you look down the roster, Mike Evans, obviously they signed Deshaun Jackson in the offseason. We've done a lot of work with Gerald McCoy in the past. We know how good he is. We worked with, Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith in Atlanta. Those guys were great with us there. So there's a lot of positives for us. I think this is a team, too, that's successful. They're 9-7 last year, right in the verge of the playoffs. It's going to be fun to see, how a winner is put together and how they mature and take that next step. That's something that's attracted to us, for Hard Knocks.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.